Hey, hi, this is Krubakaran Rajendran, founder of Algo Trading from squareofwatch.com. Consider you have a very good trading strategy or backtested it and it has given you very good profits. But in spite of that, there is a high probability that you can still lose all your capital if you don't focus on risk of ruin. So what is this risk of ruin? So that is what we are going to address in today's video. The risk of ruin is nothing but it tells you what should be the optimal risk per trade that you should take so that you don't hit the maximum drawdown easily or you don't erode your capital totally in case if the strategy fails. There was a study done by Harvard professors with a group of students where each of them were given $1,000 and they told that it is going to be a coin flip where coin flip obviously has a 50% probability for all users. So the overall outcome is going to be same for all this group of students. However, the $1,000 that they have given is totally up to them that they can risk whether $10 or $100 or $50. It is up to them. So based on each and every time someone flips a coin, they can bet it, but how much they are going to bet is totally up to the individual users. So after 50 or 60 coin flips, they have observed like who has made the highest profits. Like with $1,000, whoever is having higher than $1,000, they are considered to be winners. But what happened was most of them within 15 or 16th time when they flipped the coin, they were not there. They burned out all their capital because they do not know exactly how much should they risk. Sometimes they risk $100 and they make $100 in profits. So next time when they are making a winning outcome, they start betting higher. So next time they'll bet $200, and if they get again they'll bet $500, and if they lose, they'll completely wipe out their overall capital. So the risk with respect to each and every time someone is betting, it keeps varying based on the overall outcome. So what the professor observed is people do not know exactly how much they should risk with each and every time they are trying to bet, but the one who is having the right optimal risk per trade will eventually last longer and still make higher profits. So this is exactly what needs to be done with respect to trading. So we need to exactly know how much is the ideal risk per trade with respect to any kind of trading strategies. So that can be decided based on the overall winning accuracy of the system. What is the average profit they make in a profitable trade? What is the average lose, or what is the average money that they lose with respect to losing trades? So based on all this probability, there is certain a calculator, risk of ruin calculator, where if you feed in these informations, it is automatically going to tell you like what is the probability of hitting the drawdown that you are looking for, or what is the probability that there is a risk of ruin, like what is the overall probability that your overall capital can get eroded. So let me explain that with a easy example of a back test of a specific strategy. Using those back tests, I'll tell you the how to use the risk of ruin calculator. That will give you an idea like how much should you risk with respect to each and every trade from your capital so that you totally avoid this risk of ruin. Let's consider this simple 920 short strategy. Okay, I've taken that as for an example where I've shorted call option and put option at 9:30 and exiting at 3:20. So this is a simple straightforward as short strategy with a fixed stop loss of 30% on each side. From 2017 to 2023, this has given us almost 4 lakhs approximately of overall profits. This is the overall drawdown. All these metrics are there. So out of all these metrics, the main metrics that we need to focus on is what is your winning accuracy of your system and how much profit that you are making on a winning trade and how much loss you are making on a losing trade. So once we have these information, we just go to this risk of ruin calculator. So I'll add this calculator link in my description. You can check that out, where you just have to mention what is your win trade. So winning accuracy is 63.84, so which is approximately I have mentioned 64. And what is the average winning trade? So it is approximately around 1,000 rupees is the average profit that I make on a winning trade. What is the average loss that I'm getting on a losing trade? It is 1,141. So 41, 42, I can mention that. So now I can mention like what is the risk per trade that I'm willing to take. Say for an example, I have 10 lakhs of capital, and out of this 10 lakhs, I want to risk 1%, which is 10,000 rupees. So if I'm going to risk 10,000 rupees, where overall if my stop loss is hit with respect to my strategy, I shouldn't lose 10,000 more than 10,000 rupees. So if I do that, how many number of lots that I should take? So that is how you can decide the number of lots that you can trade with respect to each and every trade based on your trading strategy. So let me tell you that with an Excel example so that you can understand that. Say suppose my capital is 10 lakhs, okay, and I wanted to risk 1% of this capital in each of this trade that I'm going to take with my trading strategy. So that is 10,000 rupees. So now, as per my back test, which is with respect to any kind of short strategy, you know exactly how much the risk that you're going to face if the stop loss is hit. Okay, suppose if my stop loss is hit in my strategy on both the sides, I'm going to lose 2,500 rupees. So no matter what, this is the amount that I'm going to lose at the max. So you know how much you are going to risk in each and every trade, right? So now I can decide how many number of lots that I can trade. Since my risk is 10,000, I divide this 10,000 by this 2,500. That is going to tell me 4 lots. So if I'm risking 1%, I can trade 4 lots. If I'm risking 2%, I can trade 8 lots. If I'm risking 5%, I can trade 20 lots. Likewise, you can keep increasing or decreasing based on the number of risk per trade. So you can decide or put the specific percentage, how much you are going to risk in the risk of ruin calculator, and tell what is the comfortable drawdown that you are going, like you are comfortable facing, and that would automatically calculate based on this risk per trade. Based on the given risk per trade, it will tell you what is the probability that your drawdown could hit, or what is the probability that you could lose or erode your capital. Say suppose I wanted to mention I wanted to risk 3% per trade, and whatever the drawdown that I'm comfortable is, say suppose I'm comfortable with 15% drawdown. So now it would tell you like what is the percentage, what is the risk of drawdown and what is the risk of ruin if you calculate after 10,000 trades. Say suppose if I'm taking calculate, then it is mentioned that there is a 100% chance that your 15% of drawdown is going to get hit definitely, and risk of ruin is 9%, which means that there is a 10% chance that you might erode your capital if you keep trading this specific strategy. So your risk per trade is higher now. So instead of 3% on the capital, you should try reducing it. Say suppose I'm reducing, okay, I wanted to risk 1% of my capital and I'm comfortable with a drawdown of 20%. Now if you calculate, now it tells you there is only 2.8% chance that you are going to hit 20% drawdown of your overall capital, and the risk of ruin has gone down drastically. It is now 0.01%. So it is almost nil. So if you trade this strategy with the risk of just 1% per trade and expecting a drawdown of 20%, there is a chance that only 3% chance you can hit the 20% drawdown. Like say suppose if your capital is 10 lakhs, then you are not going to lose more than 2 lakhs. So the loss of losing that 2 lakhs, which is 20% of your capital, is only 2.8%. And the loss of completely eroding your capital, the chance, what is the overall probability that you can completely erode your capital is just 0.01%, which is very, very minimal. So this clearly tells you the overall risk of ruin for your trading strategy. So simply if you just follow this overall trading strategy metrics, it might not tell you, because you this in your hand how many number of lots that you are going to trade, right? So use this risk of ruin calculator to decide what should be the ideal number of lots that you can trade, so that you don't get into totally eroding your capital or following getting into this risk of ruin factor. As you guys know, I'm always a rule based trader where I don't make any trading decisions without analyzing any set of data. So with respect to upsearch.club, where I have created a course for them focusing specifically on how to create your own trading strategies, where I've explained set of trading rules focusing on Bank Nifty futures, how you can create your own trading systems as step-by-step rules that explains what is the strategy behind this intraday Bank Nifty futures strategy, how one can trade it even with respect to manually without any need of any third-party tools. So by going through this course, you would be able to access all these relevant informations. So far, more than 2,000 people have already enrolled for this course. I'm sure definitely if you're looking for a start for a rule-based trading strategy, this course should be definitely helping you out. I've already included all the details in the description. You can go through that and enroll for this course. So this is what I wanted to convey in this video. So risk of ruin is something very, very essential. You should know how much is too much. So you should know exactly what should be the ideal risk that you should take with respect to your capital. so that you don't hit the drawdown easily, or you don't get into this risk of ruin factor. So I hope you found this video really helpful. I'll see you guys next week with another video.